scooters. Hey, scooters. Hey, scooters. Hi, scooters. Scooters, I got a little story time that I want to tell you about. And y'all also too can look this up, okay? Hello, my beautiful person that came in here. Hello, Joycey Boo. How is the boys? Y'all, uh, I'm on. I hope I get some kind of credit, due in fact, going virtual. And the reason why that, because I don't have no other choice right now to go virtual. I got a cord that's at the front door that was delivered. That was for the laptop because I dropped the cord, the one that got the battery in it. I dropped that. It don't been delivered. It's at the front door. I got one leg that I got to drag the other leg around, cause I was being bionic woman. And those that you don't know that, then you wasn't living in 1974, 75, 76. Yeah, I was being the bionic woman. And anyway, and I thought so I could have leached over things, but somehow or another the flow had they never iron it. Okay, you iron it. Okay. So somehow or another, that balance, step, and remember how old I am, and my muscles and my bone and my mind, all that hit the floor at the same time. So anyway, I'm around here being Lippy the lion. I don't took something for the pain. I gotta give it a little more time, and I'm gonna go to the closet and get something to wrap up my knee because I look at it like they said, if it was broke, it would still be hurting. And it is. I got to elevate on a pillow. Okay, y'all. Anyway, I got a package at the front door. Don't tell me ask a neighbor to get it. No, cause they may charge me. Okay. And that what was told to me this morning that I was going to be charged. Okay? So even though the package at my front door, don't worry about it. Somehow or another, I scoop. Somehow or another, it will happen. Okay, let me tell you. Y'all, y'all, let's go back. Everybody remember. And you didn't remember, that because you ain't lived long enough. You probably can't remember the story, but I'm here to just to give you a little up to date. Since 1913, that's when the last time that was when it was well known, last time hanging somebody. But in 1996, they did hang someone. See, I didn't know that when you do bad things to and you take other people's lives, the personal life that you had take, they didn't give you a instruction of how many times they hit them, shoot firearms at him. All they did, you took it at your own request of what you're gonna do. Yeah, I want you to listen to this here story. I want y'all to listen to this story. This happened 30 years ago. I remember because I remember that right then. I think I was pregnant with Megan, but I do remember, and I remember so good. And I was just thinking about this here child. But as me being a YouTuber, I go and check on people dealing back with history that I can remember. I can remember a whole bunch this year that things don't happen to people that I can recall and can count the date when they had did something. Oh, I remember Crystal Pink. Crystal Pink, they had went to Good Job Court. She was a pretty curly hair little girl. And I think I'm going to put this on my communal wall. She was, hey there, Wonder Baby. Y'all come on in here. I got some watermelon in there. And we're gonna play some cards in a little bit. So let me tell you, Crystal Paint. Crystal Paint, she was like a black kid. They all went to, I think it was Kentucky, to Job Corps. And Job Corps really is about children that really, like, in a way, had a hard time in regular public school. And the Job Corps is basically, it's a second time giving them a chance. The Job Corps. Anyway, these groups of kids, everybody there in the Job Corps, of course, that's why they whined there, because they had basically, like, no longer think so that they can want to be in public school. And they said they too grown, they rather go to Job Corps. And some of them went to Job Corps because they was ordered to from the judge. I want y'all to listen to the program. How y'all doing? Please thumb up and like my video, you beautiful people. Come on. Y'all, if y'all see commercials come through here, let me know. Let me know. Let me see if they turn them back on. And if you can see if my membership sees it back up. So, okay, Job Corps can be wild, right? So this here, wait a minute, Kentucky and Tennessee. I don't know if they the same. I don't know, basically, like, is Kentucky, that is a state. Tennessee is a state. So whatever that happened, they went to Kentucky to Job Corps. The white girl, she was pretty as a button, curly hair. Ooh-wee. Well, it's been 30 years. And y'all, I had to basically, like, let my mind, and read a book last night to let my mind be free. Because all the while that I know, I seen the documentary of it, and I went back and forth, and they had done made a movie of this here. Okay? So just want to let y'all know this here. It's on Lifetime. So, dealing back with Crystal Payne, the black boy who she was going with, it was 4 of them. Not 4 black boys, it was 4 kids. It was a white girl, 2 white girls, a black girl, and a black boy. Now, the white girl somehow or another had a crush on Crystal, the black boy, Crystal boyfriend. Crystal, as y'all know, them Job Corps kids now, remember now, they can't be in public school. So, other words, y'all know that they know that street life. Okay? Y'all know they know the street life. So, anyway, let me tell you about the story. They asked her, at the Job Corps, they all have to sign out. And they have to be back in at a certain time. So this here took place, I would say, on a rainy night about like 9 o'clock. 4 of them signed out. But somehow or another, everyone came back except the young lady, and I forgot her name, that was from Florida, that lost her life. They beat her, the boyfriend and the girlfriend, Crystal and the black boy. They beat her so bad to Crystal, that's the girl, took out part of her skull and walked around with it in her pocket and bragged about it. She went to her room, dorm, I'm going to say dorm, where they were sleeping at. She showed the other girl and told her, if you say anything, I will have your brains in my other pocket. She was talking so much And I told y'all about talking so much. When it's time to clock out, everybody gonna tell on themselves. Now, see, didn't fact with her, it was time for her to clock out. And what I mean by clocking out is that look at Kiva D. Yeah, Kiva D. Look at it. He's tired of running. He's 60 years old. Y'all, let me tell y'all a story. I don't live my life, and it's been 30 years as two parts. So what? I can live the next 30. Wait a minute, y'all. Like, wait a minute. I can't take that. Okay. I live the next 30 in jail. The average man, the average man soon be clocking out like after 70 years old. Okay. Okay. Now, she was talking all around campus. So all of a sudden the newspaper and the folks came out and say that it's a girl that was down there in mud and water and it was raining. And we found her deceased. Close by the place, the little walkway that they walked through, that the kids basically walk through like a little tunnel, a little walkway. So anyway, so let me tell you, the Crystal and the boy went back. The other girl went back. The other girl went back to, she didn't have, well, I got to do a deep dive on her. She didn't have nothing to do with it because she was the girl that Crystal came and showed the girl her brains, her skull that she had. And she was around here showing it like it was a souvenir. When they got the young lady and they called her mama from Florida, as they were beating the little girl, beating the young lady, the young lady said, okay, I'm sorry. I will leave. I go to Florida. I won't tell nobody about this here. And I'll never come back. Crystal says to the girl, do you know who I am? Do you know who doing this here? I think that the young girl said yes, and Crystal just went on here pounding on her with they had rocks, broom, ballers, everything that let you know that we gonna do damage control and you ain't gonna be able to tell nobody about it, okay? So y'all listen on to this here. It been 30 years. Krista in prison, the other young lady died. The other young lady mama is about something like 70, 80 years old. She thought so she was gonna be dead when they would see justice for her daughter, all right, and the only daughter. So let me tell you what Crystal did. After all that damage control what she did to that girl, did to the young lady, didn't fight with her boyfriend. The boyfriend pitched in and helped. Over these 30 years, she have an issue like it's like me. She had, for what I understand, several plates put in her. Like with me, when I go to the doctor's office, they have to draw blood. They have to get the butterfly. Because they said my veins are just that small. Okay, that just didn't affect me. With Crystal, they have to do the butterfly too. Her veins been damaged for so long as did in fact what they taking blood, in the state, did in fact with health wise, checking on her blood. And see if the veins go, a medical thing that she have. Now, y'all, what they have told me in May, Tennessee had this here to happen to them twice. This was the latest one that happened in January. Y'all, I don't mean to scare y'all, but I'm just trying to say something. This was the latest one that happened in May this year. They laid one guy on the gurney. They was trying to get his get the IV because, from what I understand, they put 3 or 4, did in fact that it would be all the stuff combined down and go into your arm. One of them that goes down in your arm is ammonia, like bleach, and it burns you up in the inside. So this is what happened. Y'all, we still talking about Crystal case. This is what happened. I know this sort of kind of scared some of you, but y'all, it's in the news, so we're going to talk about it. So, and I found this story was not fascinating, but this is content. I gotta talk about it. So anyway, so let me tell you what they did. Over the 30 years of her being locked up, and her veins and her blood problem, they was talking about 3 days last week. Remember, today is a new week. 3 days last week of how they going to execute her next month on September the 30th. Okay, when the young lady Crystal was little, the grandmother, boyfriend or husband molested her. And the grandmother treated her bad, cut her hair, pulled out her hair, all this stuff like that you would hear by like a wicked stepmom. Anyway, this here was the wicked grandmother. Okay? As Crystal get 9, Crystal get sexual assault again. When Crystal got 17, it happened again. So basically, before she hit the job code, it happened a year before job code. Each 3 times what I had gathered on the doing the deep dive, it was a man, and they did her so bad. So here we go. We are 41 days away. I'm not going to count down of it. I just see it when it happened. 41 days away. Now, wait a minute. Let's go back into the guy. This is dealing back with Tennessee. Tennessee, for what I understand, Tennessee can't get it right. They don't have too many. Grand total, Tennessee don't have 4. I think it was 4 or 5 mess up doing an execution. So in May, they was getting ready to execute the guy, and they had everything that's running, so forth and so on. Y'all, didn't fight with execution. You know that as what we see, it be over and done. They let this news, they let us know about it like in about 10 or 15 minutes after it happened. This particular guy who they had, this is under Tennessee, they was doing, getting ready to take his life. They could not find no veins in his arm. The stuff, the medication was still rolling, but it was backing back up as blood. Now, I want y'all to, going through the line, I want y'all to hear this story. So they say, okay, let's take him out. They had a doctor in there. Okay, take it from out of there. Then they start trying to put it through his toes. Was a failure. Then one news reporter goes out and gets on the phone and let them know what is going on, that they having problem. They poke the guy till they even went in his neck. But somehow or another, when you go into the neck, certain part, you got to be an expert at it. So they had, first it was 2 nurses in there. The nurse, they called the doctor in and letting the doctor know that they was having a problem finding the vein. The doctor tried, and the doctor said, okay, let's get it in the toes. Let's put it in his toes. The doctor tried again. They tried again. Then next thing you know that they had needed approval from the hospital about could they minister it in his neck. Okay? Y'all listen to me. Still, it was a failure. Y'all, after a whole hour working on this here guy to go ahead on and send him off from earth, they still, it was a doctor and it was two nurses. They still working on it till the warden just went on here and just walked out the room. Okay. They had to call to a hospital and ask could they get permission, and this person, that person, and you can't do it unless that you qualified of doing it, and so forth and so on. Somehow or another, the doctor said that this person here, that is a nurse beside her, that person there is qualified of doing it. So all three nurses stayed in there, but they went ahead and took a sheet or something, and they threw it over the guy's head, the one that they was executing. Now, don't forget now, the guy's got holes all over him. Grand told the guy had over 12 holes inside where they were trying to get his vein to send the medicine. The medicine keep on backing up, and that blood go through the line. Over an hour, they were still working on the guy, trying to get the bloodline so they can send the medicine through it to take him on out of here. So what they did was that phone had ring. After an hour working on the guy, the phone had ring in that private room right there where they lay him down at. The warden answered the phone. The warden told them to stop. Stop. But still yet, the young man was screaming and hollering because of the ammonia had not got through to his body. But still yet, the other medicine, the one that stopped the heart and do this and another, that didn't make it because everything kept on backing back up. But the ammonia was to happen to get through there, but that's not enough. The warden get the phone call, and then the warden said to the doctor, y'all stop, just stop. They hurried up and got the guy off in the gurney, and they shipped him back. They didn't take him back to the holding cell what they had him at. When your next move, like when they go there and they be in there when the priests come in, they did not put him there. They had to take him to a whole nother part to get him medical attention. Greenwood, that they say he had over a dozen holes where blood was coming out at. So, other words, they blamed that on Tennessee. Okay? So, later on, now this just happened. A year ago, the young man, the boyfriend, they had been executing him. They been executing him. He had failed all his appeal. He been done. They got him on out there. So now it's her turn. She said when they get ready to take her out of here, she don't want them to try to put the IV in her arm. She said that she want them to hang her. In 1996, they did in Tennessee, they did hang a person at their request. Other than that, they said that ain't happened no more since 1913. That's the last time they ever hung somebody. So anyway, all last week, three days in a row, they were trying to figure out. Crystal, she was there, but she was on the TV. They were trying to figure out how is they going to do it, and they let her listen. Yeah. Then she had a later attorney by her, and basically to hear how they was going to put her to death. They said, alleged, if they were to try the IV with her little veins, it going to make her suffer even worse. We don't want her to suffer. Now, y'all, I'm telling y'all now, remember now, the young lady, she suffered with all those bricks and taking out her skull. They said they did not want her to suffer. If you were to put it in her vein, she is going to suffer because that she had little veins. Come on in here. Oh, yes, it did. After that was going on with the little vein, Crystal, yeah, I'm called Crystal, said that when they get ready to take her life, she don't want no men in the room. She want ladies all to be around her. This is her order. The warden say, well, we'll see what we can do in 24 hours for the execution. We will let you know that it's going to be ladies in the room. But she want nothing but ladies in there. This is one of Christina's order. They say they're going to see what they can do. Her attorney them came out and said because that she was molested as a child and she is afraid of men and she don't want to go out with a man looking at her. Okay, I understand that and I see. Okay, let's go with this here. And say, hey, little Blake, come on in now. Y'all like my video. Thank you. As that go, y'all know that I'm laying here. I don't slip and fall and messed up the bone. The bone in my knee is moving. But I took a pain pill. So I'm right here with the elevator because I fell off the hanging up the curtain. I had fell down off the butcher block stand. I fell over. I somehow or another, I didn't know. I just was moving side, just scooting and fell clean off, hit the floor. So anyway, my knee is not my knee. I want to say that I put it like that. If it was broke, I would still be hollering, but I can't stand up on it because of the bone keep moving. I can't stand it. I have to drag it. And then it started popping. But okay, enough of that. Let me get y'all back to say, how y'all doing? It's Sunday. How y'all doing today? Now, Krista is called Chrissy. She is calling the shots. She don't want no man in the room. She don't want no man touching her or anything during this here process. So for 3 days in Tennessee court, they in the Tennessee court, they is telling Tennessee is not how I'm gonna put it like not well, not experienced in putting people to sleep because they don't have I think it's like 6 failures in Tennessee that the people suffer so bad when the people should go out peacefully. So all last week they were doing whatever that they can, but it did not. When the defense was talking about how dangerous it is if y'all put her asleep through her vein, all the torture that she got to go through. We don't want her to have that. We want her to go out peace. After that, saying that they still ain't convinced the judge with evidence. With evidence. They do not have a person that knows evidence about dealing fact that what's happened laying on the gurney. They don't have no. That's what the lawyer. That's what the judge was saying. So they said that every case is different. Crystal said that she don't want that stuff in her arm because she got small veins and it may mess up. This is what she said. She was there in that room that they can see her on the TV. So anyway, as she said that, y'all come on in here. As she said that, guess what she said? I wants to be hung. Is the state is going to hang her? That's what she said she want. They was talking that haven't been did that and said that was put out in 1913, but we did it one time in 1996. Now we talking about the same state, Tennessee. So anyway, they still right now 3 days. The court reporter was typing all day of which way how they can do this here, put her to death without making her suffer. But look at this lady been suffering over 30 years waiting on for when the day gonna come when she see that justice for her child. Now, in the sense of that being justice for your child, I understand you, ma'am. I understand you. And of course, we all want justice. Then, in fact, when someone don't wrong us or our children, even down right now, how I want justice for your daughter and whatever way they gonna do this here. But one thing about it, ma'am, we already figured out for 30 years she wasn't coming back. But we glad that you here today, that you can go on and you 70-something years old, that you can go on and rest. That's just what you wait, but now you can go on and rest. So on September the 30th in Tennessee, I will keep y'all posted. What did they decide to do with her? The judge said that y'all talking about that her with small vein, but what expert gonna tell us when they land on the garment what is going on? They don't have that. So right now at this time, they are saying that lethal injection is still on the board. Unless they can come back and tell them with facts and receipt with how near and how many inches is her vein, they is not at this time looking for to hang her. They say if they hang her, they say that she'll be out in 15 seconds. She'll be gone in 15 seconds. She said she don't want to get poked. Now, the guy that did it in May, he had little veins too. She said she don't want to be done like that, but the man screamed so hard when the phone call came into the room and say, stop what they was doing. It was over an hour they was working on this here guy to get him to go on. Some state give you 3 charges injection. Oh my God, little Blake. Yeah. So the court said that Tennessee is not qualified. They don't make so many mistakes dealing back with execution. They are thinking about if they take her over there yonder to the other city, maybe over there yonder to the other state, or should they bring the other state over in here so they can get it right? That's what they depleted. If they gonna take her over there across the street to them folks' house over there yonder, or if they gonna bring them folks over yonder over here, so they can get it right. But nobody, as they check the paperwork on the sixth, and not the last six, but sixth time of execution, Tennessee failed. I mean, between 4 to 6 times, Tennessee failed, but they couldn't get it right. Remember now, they put now what they had did to the guy. The guy was burning up so bad in the inside, because they said it's something like ammonia or bleach that would stain you in the inside. The guy was hollering so bad, they took him not back to the whole cell, but they took him to another cell. Like before you get to the real death cell, and you can make your phone call and whatever you want to eat. They did not take him there. They took him all the way to another cell so they can basic get him under control, because he was burning with the ammonia and stuff inside of him. But when they did got him under control, they didn't bring him. I mean, so y'all, I'm talking about we still in the same day for a whole hour. They put a hole in every which way that they go, through his toes, in his neck, both arms. But this is here what they did down there yonder. Not in the room right there. Because remember, the phone rang in the room. Not right there in the room. When it just over an hour trying to get this guy to sleep. And they asked the guy, how does it feel? Do you feel it? Yeah, it's burning. Oh, the guy is still communicating with them and telling them what is going on with his feeling. They took the guy, took him to another part of the jail, the room where you go to before, the room that you go to, like where you eat your last meal. Then the next one you go to, and they put you on the gurney. But okay, the first one, they went, it was blood here, there, and yonder. One of the nurses couldn't take it. They went ahead and throw a cover, throw something over her head, because it was the most gruesome thing that can happen. But the doctor had said that the other nurse is good, that the other nurse can. So somehow or another they take it, they poke him through his chest, like through his lungs or something. That's where they put it at, but they could not let him, because it was people looking at like looking at, hey baby, y'all come on in here. Hey, thank you, Nurse Arlene. So it wasn't how I'm gonna say this here. Two nurses and the doctor. One nurse couldn't take it. The doctor said that the other nurse was qualified to take it and do it. So somehow or another they punched it through his lung, but it did not happen because he was screaming too much. But with that window, through that window, and the people are watching. They didn't hear him hollering. They can hear his mouth open up and all this type of stuff. But that's the only thing that people can judge of what they see. They can't even hear him hollering, but in their mind, yes, he was hollering. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go right there. Anyway, they finally got it out. They finally was able to get him calmed down. And they did it, went back, and they did it at 9 o'clock that night, but they had to go through his chest, through the lung. That's how they had to take everything. Everything else had just blood everywhere. Okay, so hold it right there. Crystal, she's in Tennessee. from Tennessee. But I'm still trying to get is Kentucky. Is it Kentucky? Kentucky is a state. Is it Kentucky, Tennessee? Tennessee, Kentucky. Okay. It's just two different things. So anyway, y'all bear with me. Now she have 41 days. 40 days. September the 30th. The judge said until they come with him with facts and receipts that how many inches is her veins. Now, so okay, the doctor that's supposed to be doing it, he was in there. He was the one that messed up the veins from the last guy. They asked the judge, say, didn't you read the notes about how many inches that her veins are? He said that no, he just not seeing it now. So the judge went on like a 5, 10, 15-minute break for him to read up all the notes. What is dealing back with her veins for dealing back with 30 years. And come to find out with the nurses in here, Nurse Charlene, I didn't have no idea that your veins can basically blow up with so much poking in them. So anyway, they said that alleged that doctor, the one that had something to do with, got it wrong. Matter of fact, that doctor got it wrong. This, if he do this here, girl, it'll be 3 times. But Crystal gonna be different because she want a whole bunch of women in the room. She don't want to go out looking at a man because she been molested and was treated so bad through her life. So only thing that the defense kept saying, oh, her life was rough. And yes, we know that. But still yet through her roughness of her life, what she did and then went to brag about it with the girl skull. She said she was keeping it for a souvenir. And if you go and tell somebody, you is next. Now, let's go back here. Reason why that they found out them children, the one that did it, Crystal in the game, because they all had no sign out. Everybody had signed back in. They had signed out and they haven't signed back in yet. That's how they were able to look at the book and to see. But they had went on ahead and searched they dorm room. And that's when they found, did in fact with blood, the skull. That's when they found that. Y'all, I know it's dinner time this Sunday, but I just want to talk about this here for a second. So, I don't know how is this here going to do. I'm going to put it on my community wall. Sure, yep, okay. Yeah, oh, it can? Y'all, we have Nurse Arlene in here. Nurse Miss Cameron, that's Nurse Arlene. She took us through the COVID. She also took us through when we were doing ladies' night on Thursday. And this is Nurse Arlene that helped us get it. Nurse Arlene, I didn't know that. They said that because over 30 years, but if the vein can take a butterfly, oh, this is what I heard. They said that didn't back with them to put the stuff in her arm. They said they have to use a big needle. But with her veins is so small and her veins can collapse. And also too, they did say what type of sickness that she had did in fact with her vein. But they say that's all took the place in 30 years since she been there. So I don't know. To me, I thought a butterfly, to me, a butterfly always withdraw my blood. I didn't know that a butterfly basically put it in. But anyway, we going to basically see. So anyway, she said she wants to be hung, right? That's what she wants. The judge said that still come with me some facts, dealing fact with her, come with me some facts, dealing fact with her veins. The doctor that did it before, the last 2 or 3 times, okay, this will be the third, the last 2 times he did it, He the one that had the guy poking people in their feet and all that stuff there. Now, she turned 50 years old. She turned 50 years old last week. She turned 50 years old. My little sister wasn't. Oh, she was. Oh, that no, I can't say that. Oh, that was funny. But oh my God, I didn't have no idea that it was that close. Okay, wow. So they got her scheduled for September the 30th. Between now, today, and September the 30th, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I see a lot of people put on there that, no, you don't have to, that, they look, you don't have to take my life. Oh, but I went, y'all, it's a lot of documentary on it. But I do remember this. I think I was pregnant with Megan. It's been 30 years. I think I was pregnant with Megan when this here happened. I'm going to put on my comment. Oh, oh my God. Y'all see that? This is where she at. And somehow or another, she supposed to be, I don't know if this is the largest women's prison in Tennessee, but it's a women's prison. But right there at the women's prison, they'll take them to, not right there in the prison, but they take them to another part, I would say on property. That's where that they would do what they got to do. But for what I understand with this prison, and from the way that they do the execution, the prison is like 5 miles from the place where they do it at. But with the man, y'all help me out. I don't know that the men and the ladies, they go through the same place. Or the men, they get executed over here, and the ladies get executed. I don't know too much. I don't know, but I don't know, because y'all never been there. Praise God. I hope I'll never have to go there, and I'm keeping myself clear, because you always we always have on that thinking cap. They said that where she's at, they have to put her in the car, and they take her. Okay, they do it. Okay. They say that they got to take her in the car. Either it's 5 to 8 minutes down the road, or it's 5 to 8 miles down the road to the place where she got to be. If I remember correctly, there are only 3 women prison in Tennessee. Okay. Oh, y'all, I listened to that little story. I don't go back to the same person that I was listening to. I go to somewhere else, see that it can lighten my brain a little bit. When it all said and done, I had to basically have to read. I had to read in order for me to basically like get in focus of something else. I had to read. So, whew, I can't imagine being. Yeah. She said she don't want no man looking at her. Men did her wrong all her life. She requested nothing but ladies to be looking at her. Y'all, I know this here was a hard story time. But yes, her time have come. Y'all, it's a place in Texas. Hello, boo. Come on in here. It's a place in Texas. The young lady, I was listening to her, but hers got sort of kind of like was taking me here and there how I feel. You remember we ain't looking at Susan. No, not her. You remember her son was named Davin? I forgot what her name is, but I'll tell y'all more about that. Okay, with her, I seen her interview. Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you, Nurse Arlene. I'm going to keep bringing it to you. I seen her. She was, you remember she said that a black man, I hate that stuff, came in there and her husband was upstairs. I'm just paraphrasing. Her husband upstairs. She had three boys. Her husband was upstairs sleeping with the 8-month baby. She was downstairs with Davin, and I forgot what the other little boy named. Let's say Davin and Paul. They was having a slumber party downstairs. Then all of a sudden, a guy came in there. Wish that she saw the yes. Okay, yes, okay, yeah. But I know one of the little boy named Devin. Devin, and Devin was 7 years old. Okay, y'all. One of the kids named Devin. Let's say Devin was 7. The other one we gonna call his name Peter. Peter is 5, and the baby was 8 months. She She cut the screen. It was a sock down the street on the sidewalk of her husband's sock. One sock had the blood thing from her. One sock had the little boy print on it. The other sock had the other little boy print on it. And they was like, it tried to give you a sense that the person ran down the sidewalk, but they decided to take the socks. Yeah. Anyway, she been sitting there 24, 25 years. To me, she very, very arrogant. If they take my life, this is going to be blood on their hand. But the story that you told, you say you seen a man that come through here. He went through the lunch room. Girl, what are you talking about? Everybody holler. Just the thing that we were to hear anything. Then all of a sudden, she said that she went in the kitchen, got a steak knife to go off the guy. You ain't scream at all? You started screaming when you was calling 911. That's when she started screaming. And one of her babies was laying there with his eyes open. Where that she had stabbed him several times in the back, and the other one had it in the chest, okay? Meanwhile, her and the husband were going through financial thing. It was very stress on the marriage. And her and the husband went and took out a big, I think, about $200 or $250 policy. Okay? So that's just something that I just got to tell you. She is the longest one dealing back with this part of Texas. This part of Texas, the lady had a boob job and they have their hair. You know, their hair sits so high and they tease their hair so much back in then they look like a beehive. Anyway, she now some of y'all may not remember. Now come on back in here. I need y'all to come on. You remember she went to her son graveyard with silly screens? I think so, y'all. And he died a week ago. And it was his birthday a week later. She went there chewing gum with some balloon and just having a little happy time at the graveyard with silly screens. Oh, could you take yeah, you can, but they gonna have to sign the policy. They gonna have to sign it. If you got somebody basically that can sign it, then it's okay. It gonna basically go through. You can always get his identification out of his wallet, give it to the insurance man. But then if they catching him up and signing it, wow. Yes, it been known to happen. Some people let their cousins sign, their brother sign. Um, this here young lady, I'm still trying to figure in my mind. Only thing I can bring y'all back is that she was out there having a birthday party at the graveyard with some silly screen, laughing and chewing gum. My God, when nobody, well, people grieve in time, they'll be grieving for the rest of their life. You never can forgive over anybody who you came in contact with, and you had some kind of dealing or something about them that you can always remember them by. That's why that the dead rest now. They say the dead can't rest. No, we not gonna let them rest, because guess what? We had so much life memory when they was here on earth. That's what's keeping us strong, is thinking about them and basically laugh in the car driving, laughing at ourselves, dealing with them. That's just that we don't want them to be forgotten. We don't. That's how that I myself, a whole George just said she remember her sister, because, and then George's sister, she don't transition over on the other side, y'all, about a year ago. No, it's been a year now. George still dealing with that. That was her little sister. You can't, because if you don't have no feeling or don't feel comfortable with that person, you don't want that person around you. You're gonna walk away. But somebody you feel comfortable about, and y'all had some kind of interact, just as a friend. I remember back in the day, you ain't gonna let them rest, because you wanna have memories in your mind. Because that we can live basically through all the memories. That's what strengthens us to keep going on. Okay, you found her. Okay, oh, she found it. I found. Well, that's what her name. Her name was Darylyn. What a ruler? Yeah, what's her name? Yeah. So, child, the folks said the reason why that she's still on death row, cause that she got a lawyer, still having appeals. She's still having appeals. But let me tell you this here. She don't found a boyfriend. Say she been in jail. And the guy said, oh my God, I gotta check that out. Nate in a wheelchair don't pass away. Darlene, she said she is innocent still. Yeah, she said that she innocent still. But they said in the kitchen, they found a different handprint, that it wasn't her, the husband, the babies, or the burglar man. Whoever went there, they found a different fingerprint. Only thing that getting with me, she said that she seen a person that came through, and you ain't start screaming. As a white woman, and for it to be a black man, you ain't starting to, and you ain't scream. Because right that part there, what don't make sense is not true. I am here. I got an alarm. Y'all will hear me say, is somebody in there? Do y'all hear something? That is a normal reaction. I wonder, did I lock the front door? Who can be around there? And I'm here by myself and got an alarm. One on the sliding door, even something on the sliding door that would say beep beep. One on the front door, one by the window. Common sense. And I'm here by myself. What is that? Is the water running? Oh my God, y'all, this water. You know, this is just basic, just a common sense. Okay. Darlene had got a boyfriend that he was buying her $8,000 ring. But I don't know, I have not been on that side of my life, nor either had to ask anybody about that. Because when a person don't serve their time, they don't want to talk about the bad past or experience. They don't. They just basically trying to catch on what's going on in the world right now. Okay. They said that she found a boyfriend. She got the boyfriend off some kind of website that the prison them can get on. Her and the man start her Darlene and her husband. They got divorced in 2011. She fell in love with another guy. But check this out here. The news reporter say, how well do you know her? Y'all ain't never basically like been together, touch or whatever. He say in her letters, he know that she innocent, that they got the wrong person. Now I want y'all to come here and check this out. Okay? I said they are waiting on DNA test for over their year. Norbender. Okay, Arlene. I can take that. But dealing back with her, Darlene, y'all know just how they spell it, Darlene, because she said she from a different part of Texas. Then she gonna have a nerve to say that. I knew that this the state, Texas don't fear for you. They would execute anybody. Then why you do it? You been there all your life, a cheerleader, homecoming queen, and everything. Okay. She said that she don't want the police officer them to ask the ask about the crime. Ask her friends, the ones that know her. Well, Darlene, I gotta tell you, we knew this here little boy since he was a baby. He still alleged took his mom and his daddy's life. Things happen. Some come across people and it just take control of it. Yo, oh yes, Welcome to Storytime. Darlene. See, Darlene, what you got yourself caught up in when you were saying that it was a black man, then the sock was put there and another sock from each one of the socks had one of the kids' blood stain on them. And then, Darlene, then you started rinsing it out till they went and pulled the pipe from under the cabinet to see who blood that was down there. They went through the pipes. What time do you have to clean up? They say you was on the phone 5 minutes with the operator, but in 7 to 8 minutes, your little boy went on ahead and passed away. What time? Where was your husband? Why he couldn't be trying to revive the boy while one of them on the phone? See, Darlene, that's what make me look a side eye with you. If we see anything in the shadow, who in there? I'm good. Well, no, you ain't got to go nowhere. I got this here fire. I'll make your ass run. Just stay right there. That's how it goes. Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. Y'all don't want to listen to it. That's how it goes. We hear anything. Even if our car alarm goes off, we going to look out the window. Is the car locked? Well, maybe one of them critters that came around there. Let me go out there and let me press lock again. So, Darlene, why it had to be a black man? Darlene, why one sock got one child blood? It's just a dot. One dot here and one dot here. And why it had to be a pure white sock? Darlene, I'm not saying that you did it, but I'm going to say this here. You know it back what's going on. Darlene, as I listened to your video last night, what did you say? Your husband, y'all were going to do financial things. You ain't have no idea your husband was dealing back with bad people. Something dealing back with to help y'all, that he needed somebody to steal the house, steal the kids, steal you. And he put in a complaint so he can get paid from the insurance man, the insurance company. But let me tell you what they did. They waited till after their divorce. They got a retired prosecutor. He sat back and watched this here case. You know what he did? He went. They got divorced in 2011. He went, paid his own money. Guess what he did? He called the husband to do a deposition. He brought it back from the time that it happened. I think it was 1996 when it happened. This is what he did. Now he go and pulled it back up that he wanted to talk to the husband. The husband did not say on the stand that they were going to do financial problem, but the husband say so now. It was a lot of stress in the house. Now, one thing about the husband, he was a situation playing, selling part, like it was like the, what it called, like eBay. You remember they buy this here and they could sell it on eBay and all that. That's what the husband base was in. But I still got questions, Darlene. What took you so long to scream? What took you so long? You see your boys right there. You never did call your husband. You called your husband when you said you went to go and chase off the man. Who is a woman chase off a man? See, Darlene, that will make me look at you some kind of way, Darlene. Who? You gonna run after a big man with a knife? Darlene, I don't know, it's the air that's in your titties or what's going on in your brain. You supposed to grab up your two kids and you scream and holler, oh, I need somebody else. But no, you call 911 and that's when you start screaming. He didn't even know nothing about it till 911 got there. He ain't supposed to know that you was on the phone, that something had don't happen down there. And you trying to bull crap me that he's a hard sleeper. I don't care how hard you sleep. When it's a commotion or something like that, devastating, somebody breaking out, it always send a signal through those dreams for you to wake up. A let that you on some heavy, heavy stuff. Long as that he wasn't dead, your husband. If you were to scream and holler, like how you hollering on the phone, he would have heard you. But no, when you start wrenching off the knife and everything, that's when you call him. Because you don't call 911 before you call him. Darlene? Oh, Darlene. Darlene, I got a problem. But time is going to tell because they didn't fight with your son. You have missed them. But guess what? You didn't miss them. So anyway, Chrissy, y'all can see her through the YouTube screen and just see what's going on. Anyway, that is I'm gonna call her. We gonna call her the job court. The job court. Um, job court lady. We gonna put it like that. I get it right. Whenever the end of the road, your conscience is your guide. Same way TBD over there talking, because how could you laugh? How could you give a high five? What's up, brother man? What's up, dog? Yeah, he did it. How could you give all that? You ain't thinking about Tupac on your mind. You been wanting to clock out and tell them. But I'm here to tell you today, DVD, TBD, and all the D's. Yes, you're going to serve out the rest of your time in prison, allegedly, and the next thing is that they got to show me the tricker, man. Other than that, TBD, DVD, I'm looking at you. Just to show you was watching Tupac. He going this way. Hey, y'all, wait. He's slow. He going this way. He going that way. How could you see? He stopped for a few minutes. He drinking some Coca-Cola. He over there to the bar just talking trash. Only body know that is a person, and then you give the person the weapon. Okay, go around there. He gonna come around there, and then you can get him right there. Okay, right there. He right around there. They don't got into the Cadillac. That was, you did. If you then pull the trigger, you was in on it for the trigger to be pulled. You should get life. Then your conscience, DVD, TBD, your conscience was bothering you. And because you had to do that book deal, you wouldn't shut up. You wouldn't shut up. Every time I turn around, they seen you somewhere and somebody's face talking about it. You and that damn Gene deal, I don't know. That's how they caught you. They say that this brother got something to say. We need to listen to him. And just sitting there talking with you, when they pull you out to talk to you, you start telling on yourself. Because guess what? That is that caution. Now, y'all, please thumb up and like my video. If you haven't subscribed, you guys, please subscribe to me. Share me out. If y'all see a commercial come through here, let me know so I know that I'm back on track. Okay, but I think that they are demons that walks around on this earth with us. Okay. Okay, listen to this here, Joy. I'm gonna make sure that everybody know this here. And y'all hear me say it all the time. Y'all won't catch me reading no scripture out of the Bible. Because every time I read the Bible have a different verse than what it told me the last time. It seems like the words just switch around. But I got a common enough knowledge in life to speak on this here. And you don't have to experience everything in life to know. That's why that we have what they call common sense. Just you remember how the book said that when the Father came, he came and got his son. He rose his son from the dead. He took his son back up there with him. He sent his son down to earth to see what is going on down there. You see Dover around there? Who around there? My God! I want you to listen to this here. You remember? He was the devil was the Christ first man right there at the table with him and everything. Listen to me. You remember? He kicked the devil ass out of heaven. Now let's go back to these demons. You haven't heard yet that he have came and took the devil back. No. So that let you know, yes, George, these demons or what all that we call them, yes, they is on earth walking around. Because the Lord ain't came to get the devil. That means that he kicked the devil out of heaven. His ass still around here walking around and doing damn shit. Like what is going on now? Yes, George. Yes, they are demons. Mm-hmm. They are. He came and got his son. He kicked the devil out. And yes, George, they are here. They are here. Again, you remember when I told you about dealing with what me and my sister was talking about? My sister's the type of person, a Bible talking person and everything. We was talking about that. Who he gonna come back first and get? I say the first thing he gonna come and get the church from leaving his people astray. My sister come out with some verse in the Bible and say that no, he gonna come and get those in the graveyard first. Then he going for the church. But you know what I say? I'm still going to stick on that. The church go first. The church is called for those to be in the graveyard. When it wasn't almost their turn. Because he got to put them somewhere. If people in the graveyard, y'all, we all got a number. We all got a number. And when our time to go, that's when our number is called. Now, somebody can go out there and run you over and do it. Oh, yeah, that's in the eyesight of us. She's gone. My baby's gone. That's why there a lot of voodoo workers. That's why they go to a lot of them go and wake up the dead at the graveyard. And then they have to pay them and they have to give them some liquor. Some of them give them quarters, dime. You can't touch that because they thirsty in that jail. Excuse me, not in that jail. In that ground, they thirsty. And some people have been there 100 years or 200 years. They just did because of old age or whatever caused them to. But guess what? Their number was not called yet. When your number is called, you know it. Your number haven't been called yet. It doesn't matter what that tombstone said that, dang, they've been going over 100 years. The number wasn't called yet. Only number that's called all of a sudden is those dealing in fact with accident. That it was an accident. Like these little boys. They were so abused. And these little children have to get on rest. That's when he did that. Let me get my children and bring them on home. Yes, Joyce. Yes. Is demon on here. This whole internet with this here spirit is here to feed your soul. It's here to feed your soul, to get you all popped up there. Oh, I gotta be on the internet. That's feeding your soul. It's not helping out with no kind of purpose in your life. Because you listen to what man say. And if you tell them anything about a man not God, a man say that child, they'll tell you about your mama. That's why it's best to read the word for yourself. Sit back and look at things. Look at nature. Just sit back and look back. And everything basic comes to you. But you got to start. Start with nature. Start with nature. Telling you the truth, Joyce, I am scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of that Christ is coming back soon. I'm just afraid. What the? How is I'm gonna be judged? Yes, I am afraid. I am. Look what's all basis going on. Dealing back with money and innocent life. Either that you going to be in this part of our life. Either you gonna be rich or you gonna die poor trying. Look at these here babies. Took out that $200 something insurance. Either you gonna be rich or you gonna die trying. Even if you have to take somebody out or dealing with an insurance policy. So anyway, y'all, this is what I got for story time on this Sunday evening. I will be back. Y'all, I'm going to see, could I hop to the closet and get one of my leggings? See, could I tie around my knee because I got a package at the door. Is it the same? Much, I got to say this here, yeah. This dealing with my personal life. Many times that I didn't get up every morning, but you wakes me up, and I can't really sleep, and I already have a sleeping disorder dealing with days and nights. You come through here with that damn radio, waking me up. I just now went to sleep 5-6 o'clock in the morning. I cannot open up my damn curtain. I stays in the dark in here. Because guess what? My curtain open, you supposed to be maintenance around here. You supposed to be whatever that you do around here. But if my curtain open, you come. Capture me in the damn dark till I'm in the house burning Christmas lights to see where the hell where I need to walk at first again. And you gonna charge me to help me put up my curtain rod, and I'm the one that does your hair. My God, today. I'm the one that does your hair. Wait on for you to give me money. Come on, let me go ahead and knock this hair out for you. But dealing fact, I'm around here. Then when I asked you, dealing fact, come and give me a hand, I had to back off because I know dealing fact with the curtain rod, you were going to charge me. This is the same thing, y'all, what Funky Dineva was saying. In certain cases, dealing back, if you let a person give not so much a black person, but I'm going to say this in my situation with a black person. That's why if they walking, it's okay. Now he got a ride. Now you charging me. I don't say here, don't broke my ass. I dragging it, but you can say to me, just get something that tied up. I got a package out the door. At the door right now. Because my knee basically is popping. Y'all, this is the story time. I'm going to start right working on my community wall this whole month. Well, let me tell you, y'all know this month, July, was been this month still here. But, really like 6 weeks, it really was a mind-grading thing dealing back with me and YouTube, which way I'm going to go and all this type of stuff here. So anyway, y'all, stick with me. Keep me in your prayers. I keep you in prayer. We're going to pray for one another. Well, we're gonna get through this here, but still yet. This is a shame. But I cannot, y'all, I cannot imagine dealing fact with 8 seconds. If they hang you, that's over with. But you can call the order which way that you want to leave Earth, all because that it is true. Your veins will collapse. I don't know about what this baby, but yes. Shout out to the nurse. Like, hey, Chlorine, baby. Shout out to the nurse, Chlorine, coming in here. Not Chlorine, nurse Cameron, coming in here and let us know as her profession over 45 years. Yes, it will. Yes, her veins is that small. And they've been poking on her veins for 30 years. Yes, yes, it could happen. So y'all stay tuned. And we gonna do a later on, during the time I'm supposed to put y'all to sleep. I will be back. So be safe, Chlorine. I want you to go ahead and make sure you're in that bed no more than 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay? I want you to go ahead and get your rest. I'm truly depending on you. Okay, you guys, I thank you. I didn't know this was going to take me this long, but that's okay. When you're having a good time, it can take even longer. So anyway, you guys, I thank you, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.